Hello everyone, hello, hope you're doing okay. Chocolo here for another Stash Watch. Yes, it's been, well, been a couple of weeks basically. Great to see you again, hope you're doing alright. And hi there, Adriana. Don't know if you're still there, but thank you so much. It's great to see you as well. And hope you're doing okay. Oh, yes, yeah, last week I was basically, well, long story short is I was away last weekend, so there was no point doing a Stash Watch essentially last week because I wouldn't be able to review everything at the weekend. So yeah, to sort of make it, make sense, I just thought, you know what, I'm not going to do one. I'll wait till this week, and here I am again. So yeah, so hope you're doing okay. Yeah, it was a good weekend, really. It was a nice one, but I don't know, it's been a hectic week as well. I just feel like, I don't know, ready for the weekend again, basically. So there we go. So it should be alive this weekend. Not sure what I'm going to do as yet. I'm still playing it by ear. I've got a few ideas. I'm kind of contemplating whether to sort of do some non-review lives as well at the weekend sometimes, just to sort of, basically because I'm just doing so many reviews as well, just eating so much food, I need to kind of, I don't know, yeah, get a grip on it really, but well, not really that much, but basically, I just feel like it's just too much really sometimes. So I might try and maybe do some tier lists or something like that. We'll see, some live stuff like that. But who knows? Not too sure yet. We'll find out, basically. I'll have a think about it. But there we go. There is Easter coming up, so there'll be lots of Easter egg reviews and things like that coming up soon. Probably live ones as well. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, basically. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, so I think I'm back on track though with videos. Did one on Tuesday. I think Monday again was a bit of a, because of everything. I didn't publish one on Monday, but yeah, I'm going to start doing the reviews again. Tomorrow, Friday. I'll probably I think I'll do a poll analysis today as well. I'll do one of those after this as well. So I'll probably publish that between 8 and 9 o'clock tonight. So that should be something as well. So yeah, get those done. I've got a lot of polls going on. Quite a few of them really. So do check out the communities tab or the feed or what have you. And if you're watching on a mobile device, I guess. I don't know why it's different on YouTube. I don't know why it does that. It's very peculiar, really. It seems to. Yeah, not really help matters much at all when it does that, just isn't consistent really with it. So, and hopefully the connection's okay today. It seems to be bouncing all over the place. It seems to have gone at the moment. I don't know why it is. It was fine a minute ago, but yeah, hopefully it's all right. You might see some judgment. Apologies if that's the case. I don't know. Yeah, I've done the usual tricks. It seemed to work okay before, but yeah, maybe it might be a bit temperamental. So we'll see what happens. So, no, for the moment, if it continues to go out, I might just, I don't know, do some technological shenanigans to try and get it back on track. But hopefully it's okay, basically. Hopefully it's all right. And now, Andrew, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing okay, Andrew. Great to see you. Yes. What did you think of those Milky Bar? Well, the Milky Bar Gold and I guess the Milky Bar, was it Milky Bar Munchies or Munchies Gold? Well, both Milky Bar Gold and Munchies Gold. What did you reckon? Did you think they were okay? I hope you're doing right. Good to see you, by the way. It's good to see you. Yeah, before I forget, before it did defrost, remember review for this weekend will be Ferrero Rocher Classic Ice Creams. Yeah, look at that. And looks very nice, doesn't it? Actually, look at this. A lovely box, I must say, actually, if it's anything to go by. But it does look very nice. So that'll be the member review this weekend, I think. I'm going to try and get some of the ice creams done. I've had some ice creams in the freezer for a relatively long time, since last summer really. Obviously they should still be okay, I imagine, being frozen. But yeah, so that's the one going to be for live for the not live, but going to be for the member review this weekend. So I think I got this from, was it Iceland or Farm Foods? I think it's Farm Foods actually I got it from. Now even creamier, it says 2 stars. Yeah, don't know what that means, 2 asterisks maybe, compared to something else. I don't know. There you go. Oh, there you go. Yes, it's just some translation there. There we are. Yes. Yeah, I like the Milky Bar Gold more than you did. I thought it was nice, and the Munchies Gold were quite nice too. They're very sweet. Yeah, I wasn't a fan at all really. I just tried the Munchies Gold again just before. I thought, I fancied something. I got 2 basically. I was sometimes with the I don't know, some new stuff. I'll get 2 just in case either something happens to the other one or something like that. So I grab a couple of them just so I've got a backup one. Yeah, and I wasn't that impressed at all actually. The Munchies Gold I just wasn't a fan of at all. Yeah, and the Milky Bar Gold are just very fake basically. Yeah, very disappointed really. Just but it's one of those, isn't it? We all have different tastes and things. But yeah, I was very disappointed actually. I must say I really expected more from them. But yeah, I wasn't happy. Yeah, I wasn't happy with them. Shame really, but glad you enjoyed them. That's really good. Glad you like them. So it's one of those, isn't it? It's a subjective thing really. But yeah. They have ice cream. Hi, Don John. Great to see you. Yes, they do indeed. Yes. I mean, I didn't know about it either. I don't know if it's a store exclusive to some places. But yeah, Ferrero Rocher ice cream. I'd never seen it before. So I think Farm Foods, maybe Iceland, but Farm Foods is where to get it from. So sometimes there are these strange oddities with ice cream products where they, and other products really, where they're only available in some stores. And I've noticed ice creams, it's quite distinct with that really. So I think Tony's Chocolate only Ben and Jerry's is only available in certain places. So it is peculiar, yeah. And you wouldn't think of it either. You don't really, you just don't, yeah, you just don't think that would be the case. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I've never had them before myself, so quite looking forward to them. I feel like they might be, I don't know. I'm not sure. Hopefully they'll be good ones. Hopefully they'll be good. I'm a bit worried that they might not be as good as you'd hope, but you never know. You never know. So I'll go put that back in the freezer in a minute. But yes. Yeah, I do like the whole range of Nestle Gold products taste more like cheaper caramel flavoured. Or I do think rather the whole range of Nestle Gold products tastes more like cheaper caramel flavoured white chocolate rather than good quality proper blonde chocolate. Milky Bar Gold are still like, yeah, well basically, well that's just because it isn't really, is it? That's the thing, that the Milky Bar Gold, it was just flavoured caramel, flavoured with caramel, if you know what I mean. So it wasn't really, yeah, proper blonde chocolate or anything really, which is a real shame actually. But I guess, I don't know why they did that really. It's a real shame. I feel like they could have done something a bit special with that really. And it was kind of the same, and it was weird with the Munchies Gold as well, because they were, Caramac essentially rather than blonde chocolate. So I feel like they've tried, I don't know, they've just seemed to have gone down a cheap route there really. So yeah, a bit of a shame. But there you are. Doesn't matter as long as you like them, so that's all that matters really. But yeah, I was very disappointed really. Yeah. And also it's finally March. I've seen daffodils recently too. Spring is finally arriving. Yes, March, yes. One of the best months of the year as far as I'm concerned. Yes, it's a lot nicer and a lot lighter outside, isn't it? And unfortunately I don't get to travel about as much these days because sometimes I work from home and also don't really walk as much to work like I used to. I used to sort of, walk quite a lot and see a lot more things, but nowadays it's just motorways basically, so there's not much daffodil spottage really. But I always remember it being lovely when you'd see all the blossoms and the daffodils out and things. It was just a real turning point really. But definitely days are getting so much lighter and staying lighter for longer. It's lovely actually. Yeah, really like it. And I'm glad you're appreciating it too, Andrew. It's good to see. About time for daffodil season, Andrew. I'm glad. Yes. Oh, you like the daffodils as well, Adrian? It's a lovely time of year, actually, when everything's just... That's why I really like it the most, because things are just on the up. Everything's getting nicer, lighter. The trees are starting to flower and things like this, Yeah, I really like it. It's a good time of the year, basically. It's a good time of the year. So I'll tell you what, before I get too involved and forget, I'm just going to go put the ice creams in the freezer, so I won't be a second. Okay, I'm back, yes. Yeah, I've got loads of ice creams to review, actually. One of the drawers in the freezer is so heavy with ice creams, actually. It's ridiculous, just, I think kept getting them last year. I've got all these Ben& Jerry ones to do. All sorts to do, really. So, yeah, and of course, I only do one review a week for members, so it's one of those. So, yeah, got a load of those to get through, but lots of exciting ones. Do like, I don't know, yeah. Also, they're quite calorific as well, and difficult to stop eating ice creams. That's probably another reason why I stopped. Oh, stop doing it. But there we go. So yeah, so I will be putting another, probably maybe later. Actually, I'll do another poll as well. Actually, I've got a good one in mind. So a few of them, I'm going to do perhaps one a week of those. I mean, sort of sliding into kind of update territory here, but I feel like they're a good one to do, and there's a bit more sort of community centric ones as well. And of course, yeah, I don't know, sort of fill a gap in the channel. I think so. Quite good to do. Yeah. Well, this is it, Andrew. I've read the first bit already, but I think you nailed it really. Well, my theory is that just adding caramel flavour to Milky Bar is easy for Nestle too, and I think the Munchies are something to sort of idly snack on rather than a high quality thing. Yeah, well, this is it. I mean, this is it, and I think it's just easy for them to do, isn't it? Yeah, it's a shame though, really. It is a shame, but yeah, it is very easy for them to do. And they will obviously try and do the easier things if they can, I would imagine. Yeah, it's just weird how it's just strange because both of them are labelled as gold, but they're not actually the same thing. You would have thought they'd try and be a bit more consistent across the range of that, sort of labelling things as gold, if you know what I mean. So yeah, just rather than Caramac, just do the gold ones, just make them the same, just gold caramel flavoured white chocolate. I don't know really why they're different, but I guess it's good that they are different, of course. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it just seems a very strange decision. It seems very odd. But yeah, I wish it was a decent blonde chocolate. I feel like it would have been really good, but it stood. Yeah, I was it's not very pleasant, really, unfortunately. So I did feel like maybe I'd like them again the second time. I thought the the munchies as well, and I gave them another go. I thought, you know what, maybe maybe I'll like them more the second time. Maybe we've got now. I'm not expecting them to be what I thought they'd be, but yeah, unfortunately not. So I don't know. I've got a second Milky Bar Gold as well. Maybe I'll give it a go. But yeah, don't know. Anyway, a shame. But obviously, some people like them, and as yourself, I'm just glad you're happy with them. So yeah, just don't know why they didn't just. Well, I don't know. As you say, just easier for them to do, isn't it? I guess. And as you've mentioned, they're not really a quality chocolate product, really. And I guess Milky Bar. I don't know. I still feel they should have done it, really. I still feel they could have done it. So yeah, shame. The new White Kit Kat Chunky Biscoff is out now in Tesco too. Yes, in my opinion, the best munchies ever were the white ones. Yeah. I feel like a lot of the limited edition ones were very disappointing, really. Because they replaced the caramel rather than the biscuit. I always say this in the munchies reviews. When they did the brownie ones or the fudge ones, rather than replace the biscuit part, which is the obvious part to change, they changed the caramel. So just changing the chocolate to whatever means you don't mess about with the actual proper sort of trinity of things where it's chocolate and caramel and sort of a biscuit middle. So yeah, I do still think probably like them. I don't know. The regular ones are weird, really. The ones that are the most, like you said, they're not the best quality things, but I just like the regular ones for some reason. It just seems to, fill a hole, really. Just nice ones, really. But interesting, yeah. If you wanted a caramel Milky Bar, just insert caramel into the chocolate. Well, that's basically what they did. Yeah, exactly. This is it. So I know exactly. Well, there you go. They nailed it, really, didn't they? But if you mean actual proper caramel, then yeah, this is it. I mean, it's a funny one, that, isn't it? Yeah, that's a good point, that, actually. I think that's what you actually meant about putting actual caramel in it. And that would have been very good. It would have been quite interesting, that, wouldn't it? Actually having actual caramel in there. I mean, we complained about this with Aero as well. When they do some of their limited editions where they don't have, they say it's caramel or whatever. And I think I've got one to review soon. I think I did it in last week's Stash Watch. Yeah, where they sort of try and make it, make it caramel flavoured, basically. And again, yeah, I think you're right, really, there, John. Just actual put proper caramel in there, and I think that would have been better, really. And it's a shame that they don't. Aldi doing a copy of Tony's Chocolonely, but they're $1.99 for the bar. Sentiment dark, salted caramel, Belgian milk, and white chocolate, pistachio, and raspberry. Signed up to do the same anti-slavery thing. That's interesting, even doing the anti-slavery thing. Just goes to show they'll even do that part, won't they? Well, $1.99 is a lot cheaper, and it just goes to show, doesn't it, when you think about it? If it's exactly the same, I'm not saying it is because I don't know for certain, but it sounds like it. Tony's just basically selling it for the just making money off the concept, really. So it does make you wonder, doesn't it? Do they really need to charge that much money for it? I just find it weird that Cadbury about 5 years, so 5+ years out to date, we're jumping on the salted caramel bandwagon. Yes, we've had orange and blonde chocolate crazy since then. I know it is weird. I don't know why it took them so long, and I don't know why I did it in such a weird order as well. When they got a caramel bar, and they did that one the last, or at least one of the last ones anyway. For as in they did the egg first, and the what was the other one they did? The Whisper Gold. Why did it those? Why did it afterwards? Very strange. Yeah, very weird. That seems to not exactly know what they're doing. Got to go right now. You'll be back. Okay, Adriana, we'll see you in a bit. Yes, hopefully I'll see you later on, but if not, have a good evening. It's good to see you, Adriana. Thanks for coming. Great to see you. Yeah, I don't think that's put that much effort into Munchies. The brownie and cookie dough flavours were very boring and mundane. Yeah, I think they just see Munchies as a cheap brand to idly munch on, really. Yeah, well, I mean, I think most chocolates are like that, though, really. You could say that with almost anything, I think. Because none of them are that cheap, really. Well, none of them are that expensive, rather. They're all quite, I guess they're not that cheap when you think about it, but not, not premium products, let's say, you know what I mean? And it's just odd as well with the, as I say with the Munchies, you just would have thought it would be easier for them to replace the biscuit rather than the rest of it, so, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know, it's a funny one. We'll try and do the cheapest thing possible, that's for sure. But, I don't know, you would have thought... Yeah, don't know. You just wouldn't have thought it'd be that difficult, really. Yeah, don't know. But I think, I think they can. I think that I don't know. I don't buy the excuse that it's just a sort of cheap brand to munch on. Really, as an excuse for them to do it. I feel like that's the case with most things, really. Yeah, don't know. But I know what you mean. They're not a premium product or anything like that. But again, we've had sort of non-premium type products have different versions of them out there before, and this, that, and the other. It's not difficult for them to do. I mean, but you're right. Adding flavors is definitely easier than actually doing something different, really. But I've said that before in many things where adding a flavor is just a lot easier than doing something else. That's for sure. So, but it's just a shame. I think like when we were talking about it before, having a blonde chocolate milky bar would be very exciting, very interesting, but as it stands, they didn't really do it, so, and the gold one as well. I don't know, Karamak as well. I think a lot of people like Karamak. It's got a thing for it, so I can kind of get it, and that one I think I sort of can get, but it's just weird across the range. You would have thought they would have just tried to do something a bit consistent, but I don't know. Yeah, as you say, they'll do the cheaper thing, really, and does it matter to them? Probably not. Yeah, the new Thornton's brownies with the strawberry cream are out too. I see, and more things to get. The problem with these Thornton's ones is they always have such a short shelf life. So when I get them, I'll kind of not review them straight away, and then they'll be out of date by the time I get around to them. So I can't review them, so I have to either quickly eat them or basically, well, just share them out or something like that. Really, so it becomes a bit of a problem. I haven't watched the review yet for the brownie line bar. I'm going to guess it's rubbish because a chocolate flavoured wafer doesn't make it a brownie, but we shall see. Well, it is a good point now. It really isn't. It is not a brownie at all. Yeah, it isn't a brownie. But yes, I won't spoil it for you. But yeah, I know it is a problem, that really, the way they do that. I mean, but in this case, it was kind of expected, if you know what I mean, because it clearly didn't look like a brownie one. But I kind of, I do. It is one of those where, these brownie fillings, they just never quite do it, do they? When they label something as brownie, it's just they never do it right. It's another one they never get right, really. So I don't know, but yeah, basically, it wasn't. No, yeah, I mean, just spoiler alert. I think you hit the nail on the head there. It wasn't a brownie at all, but worth checking out the review for, I think. So yeah. But yeah, as for what's this week, well, I did get some. I think I had these from years back. Where these are not actually these ones. But I think I remember Scotty mentioning a while back where we had these a couple of years ago. I don't think I reviewed them at the time though. So I've got the After 8 mini eggs to review. I do want to get them reviewed this time. Sort of mint fondant scent. I like the design on there. It's pretty good, isn't it? Not branded as Peter Rabbit or anything like this. They've got some weird carrots in the background as well. Clearly an Eastery product. Does look pretty good though, this one. I do like the look of it, but I think it's quite fair to say it's just going to be some dark chocolate eggs with a mint fondant sensor. But I think that's probably what you'd expect. So probably not many surprises here, but nonetheless, yeah. But a massive sort of, not even flourishes on this one, just crimped top and bottom. So when you take that away, it's just that big, so it is a bit crazy. But they often do it with products, don't they? Especially to have this little bit at the top where they can put it through a hanger or whatever. But yeah, interesting. So quite interesting getting these ones done. I've wanted to do them before, never did them when they've been out previously, so I do really want to get that. Yeah. To be honest, I don't like munchies that much, but you can't stop eating them. The salted caramel fudge ones were tedious. Yeah, so the cookie and the brownie ones. Yeah, I was disappointed with those ones. But yeah, you're right. But they are very Moorish, that's for sure. Even the original ones, I don't know, but they seem to somehow just work. I don't know. I don't think they're amazing by any means, but yeah, like I say, they just seem to work somehow. If you can just keep nibbling them. Guess probably why they're called munchies. I guess I don't know, but but they were very disappointing as other ones. I think they just weren't done right. I think for me, as I getting rid of the caramel, replacing it with the other bit, the brownie or the salted caramel or the fudge or whatever it was, salted caramel fudge. I mean, even that one, it was. Yeah, don't know, just a bit of a change, a bit of a shame really, because it was just fudge rather than actually. I think in that case they actually literally just changed the caramel to be fudge rather than actually just flavour the caramel, which was bizarre, which is what I thought they would have done. So yeah, disappointing really, those ones, really disappointing. And the brownie one again wasn't brownie, and they still didn't change the biscuit. So yeah, very very dubious handling of munchies, I think. But I think you were right. I think the white chocolate ones basically were the best ones because they did what you'd expect them to do, and it was what you'd expected it to be, whereas the other ones were just a bit poorly delivered, I think. Yeah, what else have we got then? Well, this one as well, which I'm quite interested in doing, because I don't think I've ever actually reviewed this, the Milka Chips Ahoy. Yeah, I don't know if I might have done. I mean, I seem to recall having something to do with Chips Ahoy on the channel before now, but people mentioned it a lot. I don't know if I was just talking about it. I'm quite interested in doing this one because I've never really, as I said, I don't believe I've properly reviewed this before. and people have talked about it a lot. So quite excited for this one. I think I got this from B&M. Got stylised. Look at that, the milk of cow's got a bit of attitude now. Well, not sure if attitude is the right word, but looks I don't know, quite has a bit of gravitas about it. So there we are. So yeah, so it looks a bit looks quite interesting, this one. I think it's just a biscuit filled bar essentially. I think Chips Ahoy is basically a cookie, isn't it? So very interesting, very excited for this one. I say might have done it years ago, but it's definitely one I want to revisit, that's for sure. And I see it's available in B&M around now. So yeah, quite excited for this one. Not really an Easter product, as you can see, but although yeah, it's definitely one I want to do. 100 grams as well, so they've not. I believe they've shrunk anyway. I'm sure some of them have been a bit smaller than that in every now and again. But yeah, interesting. So quite excited about it, actually. As I say, is one that's a lot of people do mention Chips Ahoy quite a lot in a good way. So yeah, got some Beaches mini eggs from Fenwick's. I got the dark chocolate fondant ones. They're vegan as well, and they're vegan, as are the dark mint crisps ones. And there's a milk chocolate can one too. Hard to find though. Interesting, yes. So these they're quite expensive. These ones, Andrew. I get the impression Fenwick's is quite expensive generally. But yeah, sounds an interesting one. Yeah, it's like M&S when I keep saying, oh, I don't know if I can risk going in. It's just another whole area of chocolate that. Oh, I don't know whether it's if it's a bit of a slippery slope, to get involved with, but it's something definitely on my radar that I would like to look into. That's for sure. Yeah, few places really, it is on my radar. Some place I'd like to get to at some point at least. But yeah, but I say it sounds like there's a lot of expensive chocolate up that way, so I don't know whether again, another reason why maybe I should proceed with caution with that. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, another one I've got as well. Now, I don't know, I might have reviewed these in the past, but we'll see. Will there be any Easter egg reviews? Hi there, Zach. It's been a long time. Good to see you. A couple of weeks at least. Well, good to see you there. Well, Easter egg reviews are a difficult one. I often do one or two basically around Easter. We'll see. I definitely usually do. Definitely do this year. Probably will. Hotel Chocolat Easter egg. So I usually do one of their sort of big major ones as a live review. And I do a couple of regular ones basically. Don't do loads of them because they're massive generally, quite expensive. But the short answer is yes, there'll be probably about 2 or 3 basically. I do have one for myself that I've got. I don't think I'll review. I think I'll save that for my own Easter egg experience. But I do plan on perhaps going to M&S at some point, and getting one of their Easter eggs. So yeah. So what Easter eggs are you getting this year for yourself, Zach? Do you have any idea? Anything in mind? Yeah. This is probably why I said M&Ms, because I feel like I've reviewed these before. I'm not sure, but I got them because it would be just typical, wouldn't it, that I hadn't reviewed them and then I don't get them and I can't get them again. So I might have reviewed these before. Sometimes we re-review things if it's been reviewed a long time back. So we'll see. But M&M's eggs, basically. Not bad at all. I think you can guess roughly what they'll be. M&M's chocolate with a sort of a sugar shell. Yeah, I guess M&M's generally have like a crispy bit in the middle, don't they, as well? I think, do they have a crispy bit? Maybe on the edge, maybe not. Not sure, actually. Maybe they don't. I think they're just M&M's crispies, aren't they, really? But yeah, interesting though. So yeah, should be quite an interesting one. Hopefully we'll get to them, yes. Not yet, we're hoping some Tony's chocolates. Well, they do quite a few Eastery things, Tony's, but usually mini eggs that I've seen. Don't know if they do a big full egg, maybe they do. But yeah, that'd be quite an interesting one. Yes, and the eggs they're doing are quite varied as well. Specifically the salted caramel flavour. Well, there's certainly plenty of those for Tony's. I've seen that quite a lot, actually, yeah. But I say mini eggs, I don't know if I've seen full eggs. But I'm sure they... hopefully they will do one of those. I'll have to see if I see it. But yeah, that'd be quite nice. Yeah, lovely. So you're a big Tony's fan then, are you, Zach? Yeah, Fenwick's can be expensive. It's around $4.99 for Beaches mini eggs, but they're quite big. They've all got buzzwords too. No palm oil, fair trade, made in England, etc. And some are vegan. Okay, yeah, right. So it's all that sort of malarkey, is it? Okay. It does make you wonder. It's like you were saying before with the Aldi ones, whether they just slap an extra couple of pounds on for the privilege of saying that, and it does make you wonder, doesn't it? I don't know. You kind of sort of, think it's fair enough when it's sort of like an independent chocolate company or somewhere that's not like a mainstream one like Cadbury or whatever, they'll charge you a bit more and then have no palm oil, be fair trade and all this, that and the other. But I don't know. Are they really just? Yeah. Is it just a tax for 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 basically being environmentally friendly and this, that and the other, you know. And as in, when I say a tax, as in they're just charging you more and making more money from it. And is that really the way it should be? I don't know. Yes, the Milky Chips Ahoy look really good. Yeah, I know. I'm quite excited for that one. Yes, I think maybe it's yourself who've mentioned this in the past, Chips Ahoy, I think. I know maybe Luke Carrigan, a long time ago. I've not seen him for a while on the channel, but he mentioned it quite some time ago. So I'm very excited for this one, actually. And as I say, I think it does look pretty good. So I'm quite excited. I do like biscuit-filled stuff, generally. So, yeah, I think it should be a good one. I'm hoping it will be. And as I say, quite excited for it because it's been one that's been mentioned quite a lot and I've never quite got round to it. I'm always confused though why Mars do good milk chocolate, but the chocolate used for M&M's tastes cheaper. Maybe because M&M's are originally American, the chocolate is different. Yeah, I know what you mean. It is a weird one, isn't it, M&M's? It is a strange chocolate. It has to be said. I don't get the impression. I don't feel like the taste is replicated in their other products either. Yeah, so it is weird, isn't it? Yeah, like you say, maybe it's just the American recipe they keep to. Because I'm sure I've had American M&Ms, and I'm sure they've tasted pretty much the same. So I think maybe they use the same recipe on both sides of the Atlantic. So that could be why, yeah. Which is interesting in a way. And maybe it's good that they do it. But it definitely has there's not an air of quality about it. But it seems to work. It's a bit like Yorkies. You know, they're not the best bars in the world, but for some reason just work. And I get that feeling with M&Ms as well for some reason. Yeah, they just seem to do what they do, don't they, really? And yeah, don't know. Funny one, that one. A bit like Munchies as well, like you were saying before. Just sort of seems to hit a spot, you know. And, yeah. Now, yes, one you might be interested in, Andrew. I think I've reviewed the Mini Smarties Milky Bar, but yeah, I might have had this one in Stash Watch before. I'm not sure. Don't think I did actually. Mini Eggs Bar, anyway, by Milky Bar. So this one looks very interesting. Yes, I reckon this one should be quite nice indeed. So very excited. There's no caramel flavourings or anything like that. It's just quite straightforward. But it does say mini eggs. I don't know whether they're really, whether it's just mini Smarties basically. So if it's just basically a mini Smarties bar like the other one, it certainly doesn't feel like it's going to look as good as the other one. Just regular segments, I think. Whereas the the mini Smarties bar from Milky Bar was actually. I think it was Milky Bar. Was it just branded Mini Eggs White Chocolate? No, it wasn't Mini Eggs Milky Bar actually. But it had a lovely look to it. So we'll see. The way it's going to be much different. Yeah. So, interesting. But there we go. Huge coconut fan, are you, Akram? Good to see you. Yes. What's your favourite coconut bar then? What's your favourite? Yeah, well, Beaches have been going since 1920 and are still an independent company. And I think the palm oil free and vegan stuff is incidental because they've been doing the same stuff for years. Right, okay. Yeah, this is it. I think you're probably right there. There's some places some bars that are just basically vegan by default, aren't they? Really, you know, and sometimes they didn't advertise it, you know, or for whatever reason. And nowadays, yes, because it's you know, on trend or whatever, they'll basically advertise it now. Yeah, so, because it wasn't really cool to be vegan, was it? Not too long ago. You know, if you said your bar was vegan, people would think less of it, really. But nowadays, it's a sort of more of a selling point. So. Interesting that, but yeah, I think companies like that sometimes, the fancy packaging and the fact that they're sold in places like Fenwick's, which are posher and can push up prices. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I think you do pay for the privilege sometimes, don't you? But it's just just the way it goes, isn't it? You know, I was saying that with Tony's when I did a review, really. You know, when they're doing all this environmentally friendly stuff and things like this, you know, and you know, I was just saying, would it be more environmentally friendly if they just didn't make the chocolate, you know? And probably would be, really. So it does make you wonder. It's all about money, basically. You're back again. Hi, Adriana. Great to see you. Yes, hope you're doing all right. Great to see you again. Oh, thanks for making it back. Didn't miss too much, I don't think. I think you just missed the Milky Bar Mini Eggs bar as well. Maybe the M&M's eggs as well. Not mini eggs, but eggs. Yeah. Really well. Does look good. I like the packaging of that one. I do wonder if Fairtrade makes things more expensive because I noticed Cadbury dropped it presumably for reasons and Galaxy have never done Fairtrade. Yeah, I wonder if there is like a sort of they have to pay to put that on the chocolate. I mean, maybe that's part of it anyway. I don't know if there's any actual charge for it, but yeah, they do have their own plans, don't they? The Cocoa Plan and Cocoa Life and stuff like that. So it does make you wonder. I think they're basically the same thing, really. I think, for all intents and purposes. Although I do notice one company, which might be Nestle. I think sometimes on their products they do have fair trade on as well. One of them, I did see at the weekend. I think it was had like Cocoa Plan or Cocoa Life. So it might have been a Cadbury one, I'm not sure. And it also had Fairtrade on it as well, but I can't think which one it was off the top of my head. But it doesn't always do that either, which is strange. So I don't know. Yeah, I think they are roughly the same thing, basically, anyway, like you say. Yeah, so, but yeah, it does make you wonder, does it cost money to to put that on your bar? And is that kind of defeating the point if you have to sort of buy buy it rather than just be there because you do it? I don't know. Yeah, interesting. I'll have to might have to look into that at some point. Yeah, not loads more to say. I'm just covering some that I might perhaps put on Stash maybe before, but I'm not sure. Sometimes it goes like this one where I can't review everything in a week, basically. Sometimes I do 6 to 8 things on Stash Watch and can't always review that many things at the weekend. Trying to sort of at least do 6 things at the weekend, really, just to get through the vast amounts of chocolate. But it can be difficult. So apologies if I've had these ones before, might have done, but it's Sierra Milk and White mini eggs. Yeah, there we go. So we'll say, I'm sure it's milk chocolate, but you'll see it doesn't say milk and white chocolate. Yeah, I think basically, I'm sure it's not actually white chocolate in these. Rainforest Alliance, that's another one, Andrew, isn't it? Rainforest Alliance, there you go, that's another one. Yeah, so does it say, what does it say? A narrated vanilla flavour sensor with half milk chocolate, half white shell, there you go. So, yeah, no white chocolate in this one, but there is milk chocolate. It's just a bit on the outside, basically. So they do look quite nice. I don't think these were branded as mini eggs last year. I don't think they were anyway. I think they were just basically it's called Snow Bubbles. Well, I think the winter one's called Snow Bubbles. Don't think they had half milk chocolate on, but maybe they were. I don't know. But they don't. Not typical eggs. There's no shell on them or anything like that. They're just shaped that way. Whether they're actually shaped like eggs or whether they're actually rugby balls, I'm not sure. But interesting, yeah. That was quite nice. Nice bunny ears at the top there as well. I think they look pretty good. Yeah, so there we go. And the other one, probably the last one for today, I think, as well. Got the old mint versions as well. Peppermint mini eggs. So again, it's basically the same, but they've coloured it green. Called the white, well, not the white chocolate bit, but the white bit green. They flavoured it mint this time. I think they probably flavoured it vanilla in the other one. You can see the peppermint flavoured centre with a half milk chocolate, half peppermint flavoured shell. There you go. What was the one flavoured? It just says half white shell, so it doesn't say it's flavoured, but yeah. Interesting, really. Another nice looking one. I like the bunny ears as well. Basically the same thing. Yeah, so I don't believe they were called mini eggs last year. I think they were just called something else, but I could be wrong. You hear white mini eggs are nice. They're basically the snow bubbles, but they're oval shaped instead of spheres. That automatically makes them mini eggs somehow. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, it kind of annoys me a bit when they say things are oval when they're oval, that they're egg shaped. We call them mini eggs. I just wish they'd actually make them egg shaped and rather than be that sort of lazy thing. But there you go. That's another thing they do, isn't it? But yeah, I think they look pretty good. But as you say, they're basically the snow bubbles one. But as you say, easy rebrand, really, isn't it? I do love a mint aero. I randomly picked up some mint aero bubbles recently for the first time in ages, and I forgot how nice they were. Are they basically the same as these ones then? The mint aero bubbles. I assume they probably are. I'm sure that's what they were called before they were rebranded as mini eggs. I think they were spheres, though, weren't they, rather than the weird rugby ball shape. Yeah. I mean, mint's not my favourite thing, I must say, but I do, they are nice. I do like them. In Heron Foods, I saw some aero white snowballs next to the mini eggs on the same shelf, and it was funny that the only difference was the shape was changed slightly. I know, honestly, it does make you wonder, doesn't it? Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Interesting, but as you say, that's basically it, isn't it? It's funny how they're at the same place as well at the same time, but interesting really as well. You can still get aero mint bubbles, which are spheres, but they're sold at the same time as mini eggs at Eastone, but mini eggs are just ovals. Yeah, well, it's quite interesting that they still do the other ones, isn't it? Yeah, it is weird that. You would have thought they would stop doing one, but maybe it's just the shops have got like old stock or something, and you just put them together. Maybe that's what it is, I don't know. But yeah, interesting, that one. Yeah, it's interesting. That's, as I say, probably, again, similar reasons for why Cadbury have all those specific 31st of July dates that you noticed as well for their end date, so they don't end up selling stuff for Easter past a certain point to avoid this kind of thing going on, I guess. But as I say, it's clearly not stopping things for Nestle, which is strange, that though, isn't it? Yeah, well, yeah, Nestle, yeah, strange, but interesting at the same time. I guess you got the choice if you prefer one shape over another, I guess. Oh dear, yeah. So there we go. Well, there we are, guys. I guess that's it for Stash Watch for this week. Yeah, as I say, I've got a few other things in the stash, but I'm gonna try and limit myself, so make sure I actually review all these hopefully this weekend. But I've got some other things in the stash that I'm a bit behind on as well. So whether I actually will review all these things, I don't know. One of those. But I do hope to get the Chips Ahoy done at least, and I'd like to get the After 8 ones as well, and probably the Mini Eggs Milky Bar done. At least those 3 for sure this week. Because the other ones I might have sort of done, but I fancy getting those other ones done at least. So we'll see. Maybe some of the other 3 I'll do. Ones I'm sort of behind on elsewhere that I've put in Stash Watch previously that I just still haven't done yet. So I think some of the Cadbury, what they call those, like mini nougat bars they've done. And the other 2 ones of those I've not done yet. So we'll see. Yeah, a few things to do basically. A lot to get done, but I'll get there hopefully. Well, bye and happy March. Scary thing, I only have just under 3 months of uni left. See, yes, yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there, Andrew. Yeah, it's getting there. Well, I hope you do well with it. I'm sure you are doing. So yeah, just keep us updated how you get on. But I'm sure you'll do fine. So and then you're free to whatever you want after that, at least to get a job anyway. And distracted by talking about chocolate. Well, there's worse things to be distracted by, that's for sure. So yeah, it's definitely worse things to be distracted by. And who knows, maybe be inspiration for your literature. You never know. Last deadline is in May, graduating in July. Yeah, I'll be here before you know it. Really, I mean, May's only a couple of months away, isn't it? Yeah, so very close. Yeah, very close indeed. Well, certainly going to be a busy couple of months for you, Andrew. But I'm sure you'll get there. So and have a bit of treats of a chocolate or 2 in between to keep you motivated. Well, as I say, keep us updated with it for sure, and I'm sure you'll be doing fine. Just that last stretch now, but you can do it. Oh, well, take care, Andrew. Take care, Adriana as well. And anyone who's watching still, yes, great to see you all. Yes, and Akram from before, and I think Zach as well. Good to see you all. Really is good to see you. Hope you're doing okay, and I hope you have a lovely week. I'll do these reviews this weekend. Check out for one of the probably do another poll later on today. And I think I'll try and do a poll analysis video after this one as well. Yeah, so hopefully I'll get that updated, uploaded and updated a bit later on today. So keep an eye out for that one. All right, take care, everyone. Have a good one. Thanks, Andrew, and thanks everyone again for watching. And I'll say best of luck with your assignments, Andrew, as well. Keep us updated how you get on, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya.